Hey everybody, it's John again, Contract Diagnostics. I have a report here that I'm reading from AMN. It's the parent company of Merritt Hawkins, and as everyone knows the name Merritt Hawkins, it's a big recruiting firm. They have lots of very interesting data when it comes to physicians and the like. So the report tends to focus a lot around nurse practitioners. Last year was a very big year for nurse practitioners, PAs, and CRNAs. And some of the information in this thing is very interesting. So we're going to talk about nurse practitioners and PAs today, not because a lot of them are going to listen to this message, and if they do, that's fantastic. They get contracts just like physicians, and we help them out from time to time in their contract reviews or compensation analysis. But we're going to look at this today through the lens of a physician that is going to be utilizing and working with nurse practitioners and PAs. And if you don't have one now, or two or three, you may have some in the future that help you out, or that you just have a proctoring supervisory relationship with. So some of the stats. So they topped the most frequented search engagements for the third consecutive year. Demands has been driven by growing of convenient care providers, retail clinics, urgent care centers, telemedicine, which employed them. Average salaries were up 9% year over year, from $138,000 on average to $158,000. So nurse practitioners are getting a big bump as far as salaries and starting wages. Now their compensation structures can be quite different than that of a physician, but they're seeing big increases, and I think there's a lot of reasons behind that. One is just the growing popularity of nurse practitioners or PAs in general. They conduct more searches for APs, including nurse practitioners, physician assistants, and CRNAs than it does primary care physicians at Merritt Hawkins. So they're seeing a big bump to their business as well. And we're seeing more nurse practitioners and PAs come through with contract reviews. And again, we treat them just like we treat physicians, and the packages remain the same because the contracts are very similar. And then it goes into a bunch of information as far as search and engagement and how they're online. But I bring this up because nurse practitioners have been in the mix for a lot of years, and we help physicians go through their contracts, and some mention that there may be supervisory relationships with other staff, and it can be taken in a broad way. Some specifically mention nurse practitioners and PAs. If you're a physician that has a clause in your contract, and I think most everyone does or will if you haven't signed one yet, it's important to understand what the nature of that clause is. So can you choose if there are one or two or three nurse practitioners assigned to you? Some states allow up to 4. Do you have the right to say, I don't want any, or I don't want more than one? Do you get paid for that service? Oftentimes we see payment for nurse practitioner and PA supervision. It obviously depends on the nature of the physician's role. If they're a surgeon and the PA can go to clinic and handle those types of interactions for the physician while the physician can remain busy and productive in the operating room generating RVUs, then it's a big benefit to their practice. And we don't often see compensation in those situations. But if you're a clinician and you're helping out with the PA in an ambulatory setting, meaning you're reviewing their charts, you're approving things, you're being pulled into a room here and there definitely should be approval for you to supervise one or two or three. There definitely should be compensation. We see a wide range of pay, including capturing a portion of their productivity on your productivity schedule, or just a flat rate per month. And they vary by location and by specialty, and you can contact us for more information on the per month fee. If it's split amongst a bunch of physicians, I'd want to make sure that the workload is split amongst a bunch of physicians as well, as far as the payment goes. So if you don't have a nurse practitioner, or if you have two, understand how your contract lines up with the ability for your employer to assign a nurse practitioner or a PA to you, whether with your permission or without. And again, if you have any questions on physician contracts, physician compensation, or of course PA contracts and PA or nurse practitioner or CRNA compensation, reach out to us at Contract Diagnostics anytime. We're always here to help and share what we've learned over the past 12, maybe 13 years now of doing this work, and we are just as passionate now as we ever have been. So we look forward to connecting with you soon. Enjoy the rest of the day.